So my name is Catherine Holliss, and I was one of the members of Lower Topanga, and I got resettled. The blessing in it was meeting Pablo and his family and having him pull together this great community of writers to write about it. The heartbreak was, even as the whole thing was falling apart, the community felt all the more precious to us. I lived on a piece of land that was initially rented by King Zimmerman, who is an extraordinary artist. He also was an architect and a designer, not professionally, but he built houses and designed houses. And he had a horse on the property for many, many years. And when his horses died, the horses of Bond and Bruce were there. Princess, I became great friends with her. I think really the most moving thing for me was growing to love the community that I was part of. And it was devastating to see it pulled apart. It's been very difficult to stay in touch since. It's something that was inspiration for words. You know how poets are like that, that in times of heartbreak and times of joy, we wind up turning to words. And thanks to Pablo, we had a way of channeling that. It's just sad that it had to be for this. The creek is dry now, the frogs silent. I'm no longer certain the crickets sing, where nasturtiums filled the gully and jade plants thrust through the fence, where ivy tumbled downhill past blood-stained geraniums. The earth is a color which has forgotten rain, pulls deep into itself, and then remembers fire. I lost my virginity here the first time I picked up a dead rat by the tail and calmly threw him in the trash. After that, tiny pale green frogs in my shower, slugs on the kitchen floor, and delicate swags of cobweb became grace notes to the damp canyon song, which each dash of coyote, deer, raccoon, bobcat, and black racer drove deep into me. And as I walk away, my song is an elegy. I am a child no more. This one screamed his demons. Others made me dinner and played charades, wore Armani to ride an ancient horse, read me poems, built a window from scrap wood and glass from Belgium, carved unlikely animals in wax, danced naked around a fire, fought like a cornered rat, made love like a man mapping my body with uncharted hands, and invited me home. To introduce this next poem, it's a metaphor of land as lover, and Topanga was very much like that. It really became a part of your blood. It became something that you literally fell in love with. Eviction date, September 10th, 2002. If a love affair with you were a metaphor for living, then I'd be broken-hearted, not because you cheated when nothing was promised, but because I begged you to stay when I thought I would do the leaving, and I never grow tired of your complaining because I never grow tired of listening. And when the sun shines in your eyes, they glow green like creation. And I finally believe that now could be forever, and it's not. The path of water is always downhill, but in this small pool it gathers and sits still. Its banks contract so slowly they turn days into seconds, ticking slower than a clock counting down to midnight. The first truckload has left. Broken pots hold no water. The first house boarded up. A blind man can't see green. And if desert promises a future subject to nothing but wind, rain still has a direction. And here in Topanga, at the base of this mountain, the slow wrench of the stream is halted by ocean. Dance of words like hands on flesh, poetry of wonder only the body hears. Maybe A small sound like the sound of rain on tin or a window 12 degrees off vertical, a reminder that this moment and this, like memory, will pass. Or perhaps gather dust in a curio cabinet with first and last words, with phone numbers for phones that no longer exist in houses replaced by subdivisions or forests. And when wonder becomes poetry, we no longer cease to wonder at what we understand, or wonder what you would ask I should deny, and pin instead this thought like a butterfly and speculate if it were a seed in fertile soil, might it grow, a marvel beyond imagination like your hands on my flesh, poetry only the body hears. Ever notice how some candles drown before they burn out? Take your choice, it's still dark. The houses are boarded up, the gardens already overgrown. The last idyllic childhood is gone. Nothing left but a blue, broken truck and a pool of wax on the windowsill, killing time. The stupid truth is, I'm living in the past from the future because right now I can smell the green, hear the trickle of water, walk in the silver and the shadow moonlight. I put this moment on a pedestal and mourn its loss before it is dead. I am killing time, literally. Fucking, dying, eating, screaming, crying, laughing louder than the sound of the river in full winter flood. All that Topanga is and all that Topanga was come together in this place that will never be the same without the people. And when state parks flattens the homes, the hikers will pause at a foundation and maybe wonder who lived here. What were their names and dreams and deepest secrets? Where are they now? Do they still have a community of deer eating their hard-won flower beds and raccoons scuffling in the dark like fat puppies with claws? And maybe they will wonder what it felt like the moment they knew it was over. Even if the mountain never changes, and maybe the hikers will pause and listen for absent voices. Maybe just walk on. Thanks.